If you win in the ring, you are a champion. If they write about you in the news, you are a celebrity. If fans adore you, you are an idol. But only if your opponents in the ring lift your hand, you are a legend. Realistically, there is hardly any fighter in the world who would refuse to admit that mixed martial arts fighter Fedor Emelianenko is rightfully considered one of the greatest fighters of all time, regardless of weight category or type of martial arts. In 2001, the Russian athlete became the champion of rings. Based on his success, he was invited to the Pride Fighting Championships, and so the legend of Fedor begins. Emelianenko believes that it was here that he fought his best matches. Among his many victories, his major achievements are considered to be his battles against Dutch athlete Semi Schilt, American Heath Herring, and Brazilian Antonio Rodrigo Nogueira, who had remained undefeated for 6 years before this fight. 2004 was an especially successful year in the Russian's career. The victories came one after another. First, the athlete defeated Mark Coleman, then Kevin Randleman. On the last day of December, Emelianenko met Nogueira in the ring for the second time, and again won a victory, winning the organization's champion title. In 2005, a major match was held, pitting Fedor against Croatian fighter Mirko Krokop. Fedor was the most dangerous opponent that Mirko had yet faced in his career, and this fight went on to be called one of the best in the career of the Russian fighter. Gradually, the statistics of the battles began to change, and defeats began. In the following years, Fedor Emelianenko held a series of battles that were not so significant, and in 2006, Pride FC went bankrupt. After the bankruptcy of Pride, contrary to rumors that Fedor would conduct fights in the famous American Octagon, the athlete chose M1 Global. Fights during this period were much less notable, however, he was compensated by increased attention at home. This was followed by a fight with the Korean champion Hong Man Choi, which ended in a major victory for the Russian fighter.
You can see this. Look at the mammoth fist here. Hong Man Choi. Again, Fedor going for it. He got it. Fedor does it.
Then defeating Tim Sylvia, the Russian became the champion of WA MMA. The fighter defended his new title in 2009 in a duel with Andrei Arlovsky from Belarus. The expected event was the signing of a contract with the Strike Force, according to which the athlete had to conduct 3 fights. In the first fight against Brett Rogers, the athlete won. But the other 2 meetings, with Fabricio Werdum and Antonio Silva, ended in defeat for him. Nevertheless, despite all the ups and downs, Fedor Emelianenko has been called the best MMA fighter of all time. Fedor Emelianenko is my favorite MMA fighter of all time. He was always an underdog. He was always the smallest heavyweight. But in the end, he always came out of the battle as a winner. He stayed around too long in the era of high-performance drugs against bigger athletes, but I never saw a fighter who beat the odds so many times, Mike Tyson said in an interview. Do you consider Fedor to be one of the greatest fighters of all times? Let us know in the comments below.